over here.
You know, if they didn't have these bumpy things, it would just fall around.
It's very creepy. Sequence. What
Nothing.
is the loneliest number that you ever seen?
Oh shit! There we go.
Oh, I was like, why am I hearing?
Oh wait,
Yeah,
did I
this
have
one's turned
somebody
up.
unmuted?
Probably.
I heard somebody somewhere too.
Nope, it's
See,
me.
no,
I
everybody's
had
muted.
chakras up on my thing. We good.
What up,
We
everybody?
good.
We good.
We live.
Happy Tuesday.
Shaka, your camera is running funky?
Looks okay to
Let's
me.
see. Let me
You're
see.
running...
On his Twitch?
No,
Everything's lagging
just
for
in
me.
Discord.
It is or isn't for you, Peaches.
Oh yeah, I see what you're talking about. Yeah,
It is.
Discord.
Everybody's lagging for me.
Uh-oh.
But yeah, Shaka, you're just... I don't know. It's a little glitch.
Why does it look okay on stream?
Yeah, it looks okay to me.
That's so... Wait. Oh yeah, that's right. It looks so
You could...
weird. What if I... Okay, I'm going to disable your video and then...
Yeah,
go
maybe.
back.
Maybe that's it.
Oh
Oh.
no!
Okay,
Ah,
that helped. That helped a little bit.
Weird. I see that Discord has an update, so that might be related to that. I haven't done it
Oh.
yet, but I see that it's ready for one.
Yeah.
Because I'm ready. Yes, I'm ready to fall in
Ba-da-ba-ba.
love with our Twitch audience.
Woo!
I like it.
Yeah, I made that up
It's
on the fly.
Wednesday.
Don't look up any
night.
70s tunes that are 80s tunes. I don't know. I think it's
And National
that
Peanut
beat?
Butter.
National Peanut Butter Day, yes.
time. Peanut butter time. Peanut butter time.
Pesky originally had that as her title, but I talked her into changing it.
I did. But to all of you peanut butter
Wow.
lovers, creamy or crunchy, or even extra crunchy,
Ooh.
happy National Peanut
Um,
Butter Lover Day.
You did not mention all natural.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, all natural.
What about
That's
almond
not
butter?
peanut butter.
Almond butter, cashew
You're
butter,
right.
cookie
Okay,
That's
butter.
not peanut butter.
My daughter made me get it. She made me get it. She's
It's-
looking at me. You made me
it's
get natural
gross.
peanut butter.
I tried to make a
like-
sandwich with it. It tastes like dirt.
The natural stuff or the almond
She
stuff?
says she's
No,
swearing.
Natural.
Okay.
It's not like the gross kind.
She said it's natural Skippy. It's not the gross kind. She's
Okay.
convincing me.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Have
I
to
like
try
natural
it.
Skippy. It's
See,
pretty
the,
good.
we got almond butter recently, and we found out the hard way that you're supposed to put it in the fridge after you open it, because otherwise it gets very watery and gross looking.
It gets oily and runny.
Yeah. It looks,
Oh,
So
that's
put it-
what you're supposed to do with it?
yes. It's, that's why. Yeah,
I was
I
looking at it. I'm like, why?
didn't know
is it
either.
So like,
I didn't know
ugh.
either. You're supposed to put it in
Only
the
to find
fridge.
out-
That's why it looks
yeah.
like that.
Yeah, my
It says it-
PB and J's were like dripping.
Mm-hmm. That's
Yeah.
it.
No.
Gross.
Put it
Yep.
in the fridge.
Pesky read the thing and was like, "Oh shit, this is supposed to be in the fridge."
So they're saying that when so true or false? They're saying when you open up that jar of natural peanut butter, you have to
Oh.
put it in the refrigerator. Is this true?
I'm talking about the
Well,
almond butter. Sorry, not the
we have-
naturals. We got an almond butter.
This is like not even actually natural peanut.
Oh, here we go. She's gonna make me taste it right now.
Oh, taste test. Here we go.
Hey, look, it's not like
Ooh.
it's the oily kind.
Okay.
It's not the
that's
oily
Are you
kind.
gonna show
Okay.
them the label?
Yeah, we
this
got to
is
see the
the
label. Okay, I know that one.
Ooh.
We've tried
Yep, I
that
know
one.
that one.
That one's pretty good.
No need to stir. So yeah, that's probably better.
That's a different kind of yeah. 'Cause it's
Mine
not
was
the
like
oily.
all natural.
Yeah. See,
Yeah,
that's what
It
the
doesn't-
almond butter did
it
was the
doesn't
oily
taste bad,
thing.
but it does look unusually oily.
No, it doesn't. It's not like pouring.
No,
oil.
that was
I
like
see.
real
I see what
butter.
you're talking about, Shiny. It does look a
It's
little bit.
shiny. Hey, buddy.
She's telling me I
It's-
have to have another
The
bite.
peanut butter is shiny.
Yeah, National Peanut Butter Day.
There you go.
We should have all tried different
See,
peanut
it's
butters.
regular.
We should.
We didn't think about that.
Shiny, how old is your daughter?
If I give you this and the other, you would know the difference.
If you don't mind me asking.
Do we have to admit this fact on live TV?
I
Wait,
was
no,
gonna
no, we
say-
don't have to, but is she of age?
Oh,
Oh, way past age.
Okay, she's got a hot ass voice. I'd pay to listen to her talk.
They say you have a hot ass voice.
they said it.
She says I sound like you.
Exactly.
You're just doubling down on
Almost
Yep.
27.
that.
She's actually almost 27.
Oh, damn it, she's younger than me. That'll never
Well, I
work.
would hope so. Well, she is absolutely off the market. She is engaged to be married. I've seen the wedding dress.
Oh.
Plans are, they're eloping off to some Scandinavian country, and
She wouldn't
Oh,
be,
wow.
but I won't steal her.
thanks.
Oh my
Appreciate
god,
that.
I could be Shiny's daughter-in-law.
Oh my god!
Plot twist.
What about Harley? No, just kidding. Oh, sorry, I'm saying her name. Harley Quinn,
Yeah.
She's just as mental, so beware.
Brutal.
Not you, not you, not you. Although I did say I would rat her out. So yesterday, or was it today? I forget whether it was today or yesterday. I'm coming up the stairs and I hear like sniffle, and I'm like, oh no, my baby, she's upset. So I come upstairs and I'm like, what's going on? Are you okay? She's like, Mom. And I'm like, oh my God, what? And she's like, there's a dog at the pound. It was dropped off unconscious. I need to go save it and adopt it. And
Oh,
literally,
Sounds like Pet
tears are streaming down her face. She's just like a
Oh
hot
my
mess.
gosh.
Yep.
And I'm like thinking like, okay, some tragedy like has befallen her personally. No. No.
Hey, you're
And then
okay.
she goes on and then she goes even further down the rabbit hole. She finds another animal. What was it? A cat or a dog? No, it was something else. There was like another animal that she was looking at or yeah, you're right. Maybe it was. She's just going on about like reading me the whole story, like each post she's just going in and in and in on it is, and I'm just like the tears are going. I'm like stop. I'm like can you just I'm like can you just go look at
I
like
hear you, Spades. What's up,
overwater
man?
bungalow vacation rentals? I'm like just change the whole vibe here. Like let's get out of this mode.
That happened to
But,
me scrolling TikTok earlier. There's this
yeah.
baby orange cat in this big like circle window, and he's just making biscuits, watching everybody go by. And it was the first video that came on my feed, and I could just feel it. And I was like, nope, I'm suddenly happy, happy.
happy.
Who was it? Was one of it you that sent me that it was like a video short of the little boy, and it's like I guess like in London, you know how like they have like very specific looking kinds of streets and buildings and like lantern posts and whatnot. And every day it's like every day after school, he turns and looks at this window and there's a cat in the window and he waves excitedly at the cat and he goes and he goes. And then at some point the cat's not in the window and it continues to not be in the window. And of course, you're thinking the worst, like, oh my God, this poor cat's died. I'm like, I can't watch this video, but somehow I'm like, there's got to be something to this. I'm like, some message. Like, what is it? Like, you know, make sure you get your cat's vet care or something. I don't know. Turns out the cat was having kittens. And so the next time he sees it in the window, it's the mom cat and 3 of her kittens.
Oh.
Hmm.
I was like, oh, this is so precious.
Are you mad?
So I wonder where she gets it from. I have no idea.
No, would never have a clue.
Doesn't come by it honestly or anything.
No.
Oh, Muskie, send it in a TikTok DM. Or I could go look at your TikTok too.
What are we looking at TikTok? TikTok, you don't
Muskie's
stop?
got a clip he wants to show me, but it's on his TikToks.
Ooh.
Maybe that's what we need
It's
to
the
set up as a clip episode where we react to clips people send us or something.
that would be fun.
That'd be
That
fun.
would be
We
so
might,
cool.
yeah, but one of us would probably have to preemptively review said clips.
Fair,
just in
fair.
case,
Fair.
True.
Fair.
to make sure it's not suddenly
Yep.
like.
Yep.
Like that one time
Lollipops
somebody
dangling.
came in. Yeah.
Yeah.
Lollipops and ham wallets.
Yeah.
I didn't get to tell my fun story about me crying. I cried no less than 6 times during this movie. And it's on Netflix and it's called The Hill.
The Hill.
I feel like I've heard of it. Okay.
Oh my God. It's
Never.
heart-wrenching and there's love in it and there's tragedy and there's success and failure and it's a really good movie.
Does it have a
Anyway.
happy ending? Like, is the
So the actual ending to the movie, yes. But it's based off a true story. So the fun facts that they give at the end are a little sad. But still happy.
Okay.
You just gotta watch it.
not unless it's all happy vibes at the end. I don't need that.
Speaking of crying and things on Netflix, this was a trend like a couple years ago, right? On Netflix, there was a short called "Whatever Happens, I Love You."
Oh,
And
yep.
Shaka, you remember this,
Yep.
right?
It was a trend. Yep.
It was a huge trend. Like, you're supposed to record yourself like, this is me before watching it. And then afterwards, people would be like bawling their eyes out. I'm like,
Keep in mind, this is only like 5 minutes long or some. It's not very.
Yeah.
It's like short. It's not very long. It's not like a movie or anything.
Okay.
And I'm like, is it really going to make us all cry? So it was me, Shaka, my sister, and her girlfriend on the phone, because her girlfriend watches and bawled her eyes out, and she goes, I want you guys to watch it, but I want to, like, be there, like,
See
be on the
your
phone with
reaction.
you guys, but I want to, like, hear your reactions to it. I'm like,
Yep.
okay. And we're watching it, and I mean, I don't want to ruin it, but like,
Yeah, don't give
Ruin
too much
it.
away.
so it's about a school shooting. The girl goes off to school eventually, and then she ends up dying in the school shooting. But this whole animated short of how it all like they're happy, and then it happens, and then they're sad.
Well, and you don't know that when you're going in. Like, there's no, like, you're supposed to just
There's
watch
no
it.
indication.
Right.
You're just like, oh, this is like a happy little family. It's so cute and loving, and then all of a sudden, it's so like twisted and turns to that, and we're just sitting there like that. It ends, right? It ends, and we're just silent. And then my sister's girlfriend at the time was like, "You guys good?" And Sean and my sister are not crying at all. And all of a sudden, I just break down into like the worst sob of my life.
She didn't finish the
Aw.
TikTok. Like, she took the before, and then she was crying so hard after that she couldn't finish it. Like, she was hyperventilating. I've never seen that strong a reaction to something like that. I was like, Jesus Christ.
I'm like, that's like one of my worst nightmares ever. So I'm just like, oh, and she goes, I'm so sorry I made you watch that. I'm like, no, I mean, I'm glad I did, because now I know it's like, if anyone like recommends it, I'd be like, don't watch it, don't need to watch it again. But yeah, no, it's
It emotionally
it's
walks you down the
really
road of
cathartic.
experiencing that. So
Now I want to
Yeah.
see it.
you've been warned that
Yep.
yeah.
Is
It's-
it like
Yeah.
gonna give me PTSD or is it just really sad?
It's not like it's an animated. Like, it's not like it's
Yeah.
like you're not seeing anything graphic or anything. It's literally
just-
like an animated short, basically. And because I
Yeah,
think that's
you
where it
hear
originally
it.
came from. Was I think it was like an animated short, like in the like Oscars or whatever it was.
yeah.
Oh, that
And I
reminds
think
me.
it was just so because during that time too, like my brother's wife, her sister died, or no, her cousin died in a school shooting, down in Florida, just
Mhm.
Oh my
like in that
God.
same year. So I'm like, it was just everything was so fresh, and it's like what we're all going like that time of year where everything was happening so bad in the States and stuff like that. It's just very, very relatable
Yeah, that's
and
rough.
very
The name of that, whatever happens, I love you. That reminds me of the people who were on the 9/11 flights.
Yep.
That tried to help, and they were all sending messages to their family and stuff.
Mhm.
Ugh.
That
If you've ever heard their voicemails, there's actual
Mhm.
voicemails of them. It's heart-wrenching.
United
Yeah,
93
it's
is the one I've loved. Like, it's horrible, but it's at the same time, it's like that's the one where the flight didn't make it to where it was supposed to go. So it's like it's the reenactment of like how they took it down or whatever. Like, that's correct, and it's based off of the cockpit like radio or whatever. Like, it's crazy.
No. No.
Once in a while, I like that once in a while
Yeah.
to just
Yeah.
kind of wake up call, like, holy shit, this is shit that happens. You know what I mean?
You know where I go with that one when I need that dose of what you're talking about. I can't. I dissociate when it's people. Like,
Okay.
literally, my mind just cuts it, so there's no point in watching it. So instead, I watch things like the tsunami or like landslides, like
Okay.
big
Mhm.
landslides, where like a big portion of an island just goes like into the ocean, like things like that. Natural disasters, I'm all about it. But like
So if it's
real,
like big groups of people, it's okay. But if you see the individual lives affected, then it's not. It's too much. I get what you're saying, because you're emotionally connecting to these characters, so I can see how that would be like a little too much when like bad things happen to them. Yeah,
Yeah.
I get that.
Like I know, like I watched that movie with it was the reenactment. No, it wasn't a reenactment. It was the movie based off the tsunami, the one that hit Christmas Day on one of those vacationy islands with Ewan McGregor was the husband, and
Oh, I was actually just gonna bring that one up. Tom Holland is
What's
one of
her
those kids,
name?
actually. I think.
yes,
Yeah.
Tom Holland's one of the kids.
Yeah.
I can't think
What's
of
her
the-
name is the wife. Anyway, that one brought me. I was like hysterical.
I was-
like, oh my god!
It's so
Like,
funny
as
you
a
say that,
mother,
'cause
I'm
I was thinking
connecting
it.
to it the whole way.
I was thinking about that when you said that, because I was thinking of that exact same movie. It's called The Impossible from 2012.
Yes,
That's
Yes.
such a good movie as well. That's
Who's
the
the
same idea
female
though.
lead?
Hold on, let me pull it back up.
It's what's her name?
I can picture her.
I can picture her too.
Naomi
I just
Watts.
can't- Naomi Watts, yes.
Yeah. She's the one in King Kong. That's what I know her from.
Yes. Oh my
Yeah.
god, I
That's
like.
her.
I mean,
See,
I
that's
love
how
the
my brain
original
works.
with Jessica Lange, or no, not Jessica Lange. Yeah, Jessica Lange was in the original one, right?
That's a good question.
Back in like the 60s, 70s, I think 70s. Anywho,
Yeah, you're right. Yep.
yeah. I mean, I don't know. So,
Anyway,
recycled content. Recycled content. You know, we've seen a lot of movies where you've had like Superman done over and over and over again. And not just
Mhm.
like, you know,
hmm
episode 2, episode 3. It's like the same origin story over and over and over again.
okay.
And you're just like, I'm over it. Same thing
Yeah.
with Batman, same thing with Spider-Man. I'm not over it with Wonder Woman because I don't think they've given enough storyline into Wonder Woman. Like, you know, I like the original TV series with Linda Carter. However, I do like what's her name as the new Wonder Woman.
Gal
Oh.
Gadot.
Yes,
Yeah,
Gal
Gal
Gadot.
Gadot, yeah.
Now, the reason I bring this up is because many of you are aware of this new game called Pal World. Right?
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think
know,
I've
me and
heard of
Peaches
it.
Played it. It's a brand new out. And I was talking to one of our friends about it, and she was like, you know what? I kind of don't want to play it because I think it's a ripoff of Pokemon. And I was like, huh, okay. So I've put several hours into this game so far. And I'm like, you know, it's got its quirks, but and I've watched like Howie's 80s gaming. He's a big Pokemon fan. He's done a lot of Pokemon streaming.
Okay.
And I never quite connected to that game. But this little Pal World game, it's like a giant treasure hunt the whole way.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know why it's, you know, like for some people, they're like, I don't want to play it. It's a ripoff. You know, I'm very loyal to Pokemon. Or, you know, you've got its own kitsch. Or people like me who are like, I love it. It doesn't matter to me if it's a ripoff on Pokemon or not. Thoughts?
I personally don't think it's a ripoff. I like the comparison I like the similarity of it being like similar to
Nostalgia.
Pokemon. But I like that it gives me kind of a mixture of what I like to play in general. It's giving me Pokemon, it's giving me Valheim, it's giving me oh shit, like I gotta beat up these little babies to make mine first, and then we can be best friends. Like it's kind of giving me a good variety of what I already love to play mashed into one. So
Mm-hmm.
I
Well,
love it.
when the trailer came out, everybody was calling it Pokemon with guns. That's what it looked like when they were advertising it. That's when Pal World came out. I didn't recognize the name, but then I looked at the trailer. I'm like, oh yeah, Pokemon with guns. Okay, I'm familiar with that one. Like that's how everybody saw it as. Now I haven't played it personally. I've been watching a lot of gameplay on Twitch. I think it's close enough that it triggers that nostalgia, but to your point, it's different enough that I don't think it's necessarily stealing it. And the old Pokemon games weren't really like that. They were very different. Like it's the same idea, but a very different like take on that idea. I think.
Yeah.
So that's my opinion.
Peaches, I know you played it. What do you think?
I understand where they're coming from, but I've never played any of the Pokemon games, so I can't really attest to how similar it is.
Yeah.
But I know that I'm very particular about games, and I even had told Shani at one point that's not my kind of game. I don't want to play Power World. And then she roped me into it, and 5 hours later, I'm like, you freaking llama core, get back here!
Yep. Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't, Pokemon, the actual game, I played Pokemon Go, and I've seen people play
Yeah.
Pokemon, but I never had the urge to play it. But this one, like Pesky said, it really does feel like Pokemon and Valheim had a baby.
Yeah.
And I like the there's more to it than just like catching the animals is a big part of it and whatever, but there's more to it than that, and I like that.
Yeah, and the thing I like too is it kind of goes one step beyond Valheim, right? We loved
Mhm.
Valheim, we loved the boss battles, but this has like dungeon boss battles, and then inside the dungeon they have like little things to irritate you, like these bandits, and then other little animals you can find to capture. And then on top of that, in each zone, or I guess it's maybe zone or biome or whatever, you have like other subspecies bosses, but then you have a progression storyline that has you doing boss battles, like main boss battles along the way. So,
Sure.
like, we had this one called Rain Syndicate, right? So, the Rain Syndicate boss battle is very much like a Pokemon arena battle against another, um, owner with their super Pokemon, essentially, right?
Sure.
Right.
And you have to go in there with the right roster of
Yep.
Pokemon.
Yep.
I call them Pokemon, but pals
Yeah.
to defeat. And it's much like the same way where the first one was, electric. And so we had to go in there with all ground type Pokemon. So, and then on top of that, there's like these little Easter eggs that you find all over, and you can harvest them and like hatch them into like surprising Pokemon, and you can farm. Typical survivor stuff, mining, lumbering sort of stuff. The only thing I don't like about it so far is the build system, and I hope they improve that over time. But
Okay.
I haven't gotten far enough in to see if they give you more build type pieces as you go forward. But
Okay.
and then some minor glitching. If you have things too close together, it doesn't always
Yeah.
register between the two items.
Oh yeah, sure.
So I think that's really, from that standpoint, I loved it. And then even like the ad of when you capture a pet, right? So we were talking about how they had gliders, like that in and of itself. Who doesn't love a glider?
That
Like the glider feature's just
Mhm.
epic. Come on. But then the cell array, which is like a manta ray, if you build the cell array gloves, he can be your glider. And it's so
okay.
stinking
Oh
cute.
damn.
Yeah, that's pretty
It
cool.
is so cute. Or like you can build a saddle for the Camelopolis that Peaches caught. The Una camel. What was that called? What did you call it?
Llama
Peaches?
corn.
Yeah,
Llama corn. Oh god.
You can get a saddle
Oh
for
my
the llama
God.
corn or a dire wolf. Like, there's so many ways you can enhance it. And then I think like this other thing that looks like a green Pikachu gets a machine gun and he'll sit on your head and he'll just like pew 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 while you're like in a battle. So I mean, there's like
Fantastic.
there's just so many little nuances to this game that I think really sets it apart from being Pokemon. But at the end of the day, I think the Pokemon references are never going to go away from this game.
I mean, that's inevitable. Yeah.
If
Pokemon
it was
did
that
it
much
first.
like,
Go ahead, sorry.
yeah, if it was that much like Pokemon, then the 1 million people wouldn't have downloaded it in the first day.
Well, and not to mention Nintendo or whoever owns Pokemon would have already been down Pal World's throats by
yeah.
now too, right? Like.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So.
clearly they made enough of a difference.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I expect I'll probably be playing it again. The only thing
Niantic, you're right.
That's kind of a big disappointment is that it's not cross-plat. So if I want to play with Peaches, I'm playing with Peaches through the Xbox app. If I want to play with my friend Captain Bosa, he's going through Steam. He bought the Steam edition, so then I have to play on Steam with him. I can't bring everyone together and have all the friends in one places.
Yeah,
and
I hope they fix that too.
Yeah, and on top of that, on the Xbox edition, you can only have 2 to 4 players, but on Steam you can have, I think it's up to 10 or 12.
Yeah, you can make like
16.
servers on Steam, but not on Xbox. That's what I heard as well.
Yeah, I mean, you just kind of like shake your head. You're just like in this day and age when everybody wants to be connected and hang out with their friends, but not everyone can afford an Xbox or vice versa, a gaming computer. Like there's always going to be one thing or another that kind of keeps us apart. So it would just be like, you're going to sell so much more if you get everybody, enable us all to play together at the same time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think My biggest complaint about the game is that you have to start a brand new character when you go to somebody else's server.
Yeah,
Oh,
that
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That
so if you
too.
start your own
That's- that-
server, that's one character. If I go to Shinies, I had to make a completely new one from level 0.
That's how Stardew works too.
Oh.
You have to start over a whole new character and everything every time you go to a new Stardew farm or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. I wonder if that's a cloud issue. Like they needed more cloud space to handle that. But if you saved it locally on your machine, I would think that you would be able to pull from the local and inject it into the cloud game.
Yeah.
I would think.
Isn't it everybody though? Isn't it? Like that's just with the way the game works. It's not doesn't have anything to do with.
Yeah, I'm just wondering,
If they were gonna add
compared
it.
to like Valheim,
Oh,
like
okay.
Valheim,
Yeah.
like Valheim, you can have like 16 different characters and bring any one of them to anybody's server at any point
Yeah.
in time.
Yeah, that's
and they
cool.
can be carrying anything from one server to the next. They can just sit there and literally leapfrog materials from server A to server B to bloop.
Not that we did that ever, but
Oh, never! Oh my god, who would?
that would be
I didn't even play Valheim more than maybe one time, and I heard you guys say I'm gonna bring this shit from this server to this server. Like even I, the noob in Valheim, knows you guys are lying. Like what the? I'm sorry.
Oh my
I'm sorry.
God.
I had to.
Jeez.
Hey, at least we didn't do like some people and put it in God mode and have materials rain from the sky for us.
Yeah.
Jesus.
This is true. Although
I made a
will
Lego server like
confess,
that.
I did that in the Conan server. So in Conan, you can do God mode and just literally, you don't have to try for any of the armor. You just make it appear and then just go wreck shit. I loved it. It was the best gaming experience ever. I'm not mad at it.
Right.
Today was also a big day in gaming. So Enshrouded released today.
Mhm.
Somebody you know bought it.
What?
I heard there's a
Also,
sale on it right now too.
Also put in a couple hours on that. Love it.
I was reading about it today.
The issue I had so far is my mouse, for whatever reason, disconnected 3 times during my first 30 minutes of gameplay, but then it seemed to sort itself out. So like suddenly my character, because of the way it controls, Wasad gives you directionally, but the mouse will pivot so you turn in the direction and you just keep hitting W. So you're just now going forward from here to here as you swipe your mouse. So that was problematic. Rad joined me for a very short, brief moment. I think he said he had to update his GPU before it would let him go in, and then he finally got in.
Mm-hmm. I saw that update that they released a new driver update or something for it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And then let's see. I don't think there were any other problems. I actually took down the first. Well, I wouldn't say it was the first real boss battle, but I got to the first goal objective in the game by myself on my own. So I mean, it is doable solo, and I'll have to see when Rad joins me if it's one of those things where it exponentially increases the danger the more people you have in it, because we've seen that mechanic in many games before as well.
Sure.
So, but I really love it. It's very smooth. I love the mechanics, the movements, the climbing. But I will say this: I think I like the climbing and movement of the character more in Pal World than I do in Enshrouded, because in Shrouded you're not climbing walls like you are in Pal World.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like you actually have to, in an Enshrouded, you have to find ladders, you have to find like grates on the wall in order to climb anything. You can't just scale a wall. But in Pal World, you can pretty much climb, jump,
whatever you want. Yeah.
Scale.
As long as you got the stamina for it.
Not my best.
Yes.
It's always your best work.
I'm glad that I opened up Power World now that we were talking about it to get in, because there's a 25-minute wait on the cloud.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
That's crazy.
I imagine the evenings are like that when everybody gets off work and school and shit like that.
Not to change this happy topic of gaming, but we are far off the agenda.
I was just
know.
gonna let it roll. I mean,
Yeah.
we're
Well,
Do you
one.
have an
Okay.
agenda?
I mean, I have the agenda up, but I was just gonna let it roll. We were having good convo, so I didn't really care.
Well, back to scaling walls. I told Shiny that this game got me because of two mechanics. Being able to fix broken weapons instead of having to rebuild them constantly.
Oh,
Mhm.
that's
Like
great.
Lego Fortnite.
Yep.
Yeah. And being able to just climb what you can literally climb trees, climb dinosaurs, climb walls. It doesn't matter.
Yep.
But yeah,
Doesn't
those
matter.
two mechanics really sold me.
Okay. Good to know.
Mhm. Okay,
Well-
give me 2 minutes. Woody's whining like a madman to go to the bathroom, so I'll be right back.
Okay, no worries. But yeah, I know Pesky's gonna get that as soon as she can. Then now you guys have probably talked her into it after this conversation,
I hope
Good.
so. I mean,
and I'll try it
it's
too.
definitely better with friends.
Mm.
It's just a fun game.
Every game I feel like is like that to some extent, but yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and there's so many things you can do solo or as a group.
Okay.
You know, like the boss battles, you're probably better off in a group. Although Peaches can tell you she soloed her boss last night, or was it last night or the night before?
Last night, yeah.
So she soloed one. She can tell you how that went. And then there's like dungeons that are just more fun, just exploring together. But then you can just go off around the territory and just mark stuff and say, "Oh, I found a dungeon here," or "I found this here." Blah
Nice.
blah blah blah.
So just explorer episode kind
Yep.
of thing.
So you can put map markers on.
That's great. Okay.
But I mean, I can't see Peach's markers. But if I see where she is and she says, "Oh, it's right here," then I can mark where she is on the map, and then I know where it was to go back to. So like she marks her map, I mark my map.
Yeah.
Got it.
Mm-hmm.
Muskie, to answer your question, it's included in Game Pass, but it is. I'm looking it up now. I think it's just under $30 on Steam, if I'm remembering correctly. It's on a slight sale right now. But yeah, I'm trying to pull it up, but my Steam's being a
Yeah,
I'd say
yeah.
it's worth it.
Yeah, and I think both games are early access, right?
Yeah, I know Xbox
Whereas-
is for sure
Mm-hmm.
because it actually is named that when you go find it in the Xbox Game Pass thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's $26.99 right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's early access on Steam as well. So that's what I was going to say as well, is that hopefully the stuff we're talking about is the kind of things they'll fix when they kind of fully release it or whatever they end up doing. But I mean, that's also why it's important to go give reviews, you know, that let them hear what we're experiencing so they can make it better. Yeah,
Guys,
when new games are like $70, $30 isn't that bad.
Yeah,
no.
I feel like every
speaking
big
of-
name game is like $70 right now.
it is. And we were talking about that. This is a side point to what I was about to say. But
It's all
we were
good.
talking about the price of games, man. Like back in the
Oh,
day,
God.
you could get like bomb ass what I'd call name brand games for like
Uh-huh.
$20.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And now I was watching Pandora Avatar Frontiers or whatever. And I checked the price on it. I was like, fuck, $70?
Mm-hmm.
But then I watched the playthrough a little bit and like the promo for it. Yeah, that shit looks dope. I'm not
It
gonna
does,
lie, I'd
but-
probably pay $70 for it.
I'm
Well,
gonna wait. I'm gonna wait till next year. I really want to play Pal World. I really want to play Enshrouded. It's just to me, $70. That's a lot of money.
And I
You know
wish
it's gonna
It
go on
is.
sale eventually.
I just wish that they would make downloadable games cheaper, because it's got to be cheaper to release a downloadable game than a physical game. Like, that just seems
It
ridiculous
is.
to me. And on top of that, like the biggest thing that makes me mad is if you buy the physical version, then you can like resell it later at least. Like if you finish the game and don't want to play it anymore. Like let's say it's like Hogwarts Legacy is a good example. Like I finished that game now, so I'm probably not going to boot it up again. And I could if I had the physical copy, I would just go resell it and buy a new
Bring it to
game
GameStop.
right. Yeah, well yeah, something like that, yeah. But when I have it on my Steam library, it's just going to sit there now. You know. So.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's the mindset, especially with like the younger generation being super avid gamers. You know, back in the day, we'd go outside or whatever, but these kids nowadays, that's just life.
Yeah, it's
And,
not as niche as it used to be.
Yeah. And I think that they know they can get that much. Otherwise,
Yeah.
they wouldn't be able to
Yeah.
go on sale and sell it for half price and still make money.
That's the craziest part. They can afford to put on 50% off because they're getting such
Yeah.
a markup on a regular price.
Yeah.
It's just, I mean, it is what it is. Like you said, they can get it, so they're gonna charge it.
Yeah.
I'll be curious to see if, like there are some games out there like Grounded, right? I love Grounded. But the thing that really seals the deal with Grounded for me is well, I shouldn't say despite, I would say in addition to the build features, right? The way you can build, the mechanics of the build, the mechanics of the player, the boss battles and all of that stuff, they keep adding DLC to it for free.
That's
Same thing with Small Land. They keep adding free DLC to it. So I mean, like, I may have paid 25, $30 for those games. To me, the fact that the devs are still putting time and energy into refinements, to quality of life features, adding more gaming obstacles and challenges,
Yep.
like those are winners. So I'll be curious to see in the long haul what they do with these two games, because to me they're already really, really good titles with solid gameplay, solid mechanics, solid stories. I'm in. I just hope that it continues to feel like a good investment. But
Keep it
for
relevant.
$25, $30, I feel like it is already.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd agree with that.
That makes sense.
I think it's funny how our tastes differ in games, because I was not a fan of, what did we play? Grounded?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
It was like there's a storyline, and with an open world RPG like that, I don't like the how do I explain it? Like with Zelda, for instance, you kind of just roam around, right, and just do whatever, and you encounter bosses,
Things at your own pace. Yeah.
Yeah, but with this one, it's like you're forced to follow a specific story to progress. I can't explain it. Maybe Shiny can, because like even Power World is not like that. It's the same concept. You still have to
Let's see.
defeat bosses and stuff to progress, but it's not a forced storyline.
Okay.
You get it,
Yeah,
Shiny?
I mean,
I
it
get
is and
it.
it isn't, because like literally, like, I've played Grounded multiple times now. I've never done the story. Like, I've never finished the story. Like, I always just get so caught up in like being a small little person in a backyard trying to find my way and build all this really cool shit that I forget that there's a story. Because, in certain ways it progresses the story, but like if you keep hunting for stuff, you capture these things called science points. But the science points have nothing to do with the story, but it enables you to build new things. So it's different than any other kind of game, I think, that I've encountered. Because again, you can still find a way to progress without actually having to do the story. And I
Sure.
like that.
Yeah.
But you
I
can't
mean,
finish the
what?
game, is what I mean. Like you have to get through the story, whereas Power World, for
True.
instance, you
True.
just explore and defeat bosses, and that's how you beat the game.
True. But there
Okay.
is still a story to
I like
it,
that
though.
too. I get that.
Yeah, but the story is not forced for you to progress.
Mm.
It just
I
happens naturally.
I like that actually, because I'm on your page. I sometimes get annoyed with I can't make it to the next step of the game if I don't do the story mode, but with this it sounds like you
Yeah.
can just do that kind of wandering and get where you need to go without focusing on the storyline, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's definitely like a scavenger hunt. You're just finding shit everywhere you go.
Sure.
Yep, I love it.
But I am a story mode kind of player. I'm very different than others. I'm a main, like I'm gonna get the main done. It's gonna bother me if I don't. Like that's just how I
Yeah.
play it. And I know not a lot of people are like that, but that's the kind of way I play for some reason. I just can't help it. That's how I did Hogwarts.
Yeah.
I have like 5 side quests that I just ignored and I plowed through the main quest line.
I think that's what it is. I get frustrated with if there's a forced storyline like that and I don't get through it, then I feel like, what am I doing?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
But if the game is not like that, then I don't have that pressure of getting through it.
Yeah.
And I can just fuck off, pretty much.
Maybe that's what I need. It's something like Power World to just kind of not force me into it, and then maybe I'll feel more comfortable with a game like that.
Yeah, it's pretty soothing. Pesky, what's your go-to for like? It's been a stressful day. You want to work off some anger. You want to fuck some shit up, and then what's your go-to for like just a calm, relaxing BS and
That's a
day?
really good question.
Fuck shit up and really just like do whatever the fuck I want. Intrusive thoughts, let him win for a little bit. Probably Fortnite. Let's be honest. Let's be honest. Especially if it's been a
I knew
really
you.
bad day.
I had a feeling you're gonna say that. Yeah, that's your go-to usually for that.
That's a good frustration reliever. But if I want like a cozy, like I feel cozy wrapped up in a blanket, lit my favorite candle type of mood.
Sex. That's the game.
If I want to fuck a game.
Oh god.
Seduce
I've seen
me.
the titles on Steam.
Seduce.
Some of them are pretty
Pretty,
racy.
Raunchy.
I better check out Pesky's library and see what she.
Yeah, you should.
you don't want to do that. No, I'm kidding. But I've been playing Stardew a little bit more often, and I like that game. But Coral Island is another one I've been playing.
Oh yeah.
And I feel if I just fucked around and did whatever I wanted in Hogwarts Legacy, that could be another cozy one. But that one can get me stressed out every now and then.
That's another one where it's like open world, but there's a storyline. Like there's things you have to do. You can go wherever you want, do whatever you want, but there's certain things you have to do if you want to keep progressing in the game.
Yeah.
So it can be a little stressful to want to get through all that.
It's like Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, I played
Yeah,
a lot. I played
exactly.
a good chunk of those. Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
It's the same idea. It's the same idea. Yeah, you can go wherever you want, but there's certain, like when you're ready for the main point to get to the next island or whatever, you have to go do that or whatever. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yep,
Chinese drinking beer.
that's what it looks like.
It's white grape peach juice.
Yeah, that's what they all
Sure.
say.
It's my Miller Lite.
Miller
You got
Lite.
your charcuterie board out too.
Charcuterie. Yeah, Pesky, you're blocking the charcuterie picture now.
Oh yeah, oh wait, no, here he is.
Harry
Hey.
blocked me. It's okay. They can see you still.
You're a charcuterie board, Harry. I'm a what?
You know,
That's good. I like that.
circling back to the violence,
Yes.
though, for me, there's something very satisfying about State of Decay. They have a finishing move. Like, you can build specific finishing moves.
Nice.
And even
Okay.
like the stealth mode kill takedown, it's so satisfying. From like the actual motion, like the move, the sound, the crunch, like just like the whole like lean in on the actual picture of like you like gutting somebody or like putting a
Oh, damn.
a screwdriver to the head. Like State of Decay 2 is so good for that. Like it's just so satisfying when you do like certain specific zombie takedown maneuvers. And then like plus they have a shit ton of like grenades and C4 and explosives where you can just take out a whole mob in one fell swoop.
Nice.
And it just feels so good. Like that's the kind of violence that at the end of a long day I'm like, yeah, I need to go blow shit up.
Yeah,
I need to go.
I feel
that
that.
one.
That was
Yeah,
sad.
and the nice thing is that you can play it. It's cross-plat.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay.
Awesome.
That's nice.
The only downside is you're tethered to whosever world it is. So if you guys join me wherever I go, if you stray too far, it'll zoink you through
Oh.
the nether right to me.
Yep.
Yes, kawaii.
The other thing is anything you do in my game benefits you in your game. So like you can accrue supplies and put it in your locker that goes back to your game, but then they have rucksacks that you can help me accrue for my base, and then you get bonus points in your world and it unlocks things for you there.
That's
so it's
cool.
got like a really nice mechanic that kind of keeps you interested in like you almost want to help your friends. Plus it also has 3 game modes. One is like a defend the wall scenario. Somebody's trying to like do something and you have to defend it and the zombie masses get bigger and bigger and bigger, and you have rationed ammunition. So you really have to kind of figure out your strategy for having manual takedowns versus like assault weaponry.
Okay.
Got it.
Yeah, but it's got some really nice features that just make it a fun thing. Plus, you can get NPCs to follow you when you go out on missions. So you don't ever have to necessarily play by yourself. Like you can have an NPC be your backup, much like the Far Cry series. I don't know if you guys have played that, but like you can recruit different people with different skill sets to join you on your missions.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
I
yeah.
can see that.
GTA has some of that
Still in
too.
the Xbox Game
Mhm.
Pass.
Yeah, it is.
What's
Yep.
your cozy game, Shiny?
This is gonna sound silly, but I really don't have a super cozy game. If I'm gonna do a like just I'm calm, I'm chill, I'm gonna play Sudoku.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Ooh, that's a nice one.
Like just kind of like zone out, and I just need something that's black and white where there's just no noise to it. It's just like straight matching things, or like solitaire or something like easy. I don't think I really have too many chill games. Although I did get one recently, but specifically for one-handed gamers. It's a matching game, but I've been trying really hard to play Enshrouded and Pal World with one hand and just very lightly tap keys. But, you know, QE and the space bar elude me.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, I can imagine. I'm just,
Oh,
look-
and
I'm just looking at my keyboard and
trying to hit the shift and control button and alt. Shift, control, alt, Q, E. I can pretty much do WASD, but it's anything else outside of that realm.
Okay, no good. We were
yeah,
just talking about Pal World, Kawhi.
yeah. Lucky was talking about that in my chat. They really like that game.
Lucky.
Love it.
Are you guys playing on Steam or are you on Xbox Game Pass? I don't remember if you
I
guys
have it
have
on
Game
both.
Pass. I don't remember if Lucky and Kawhi have Game Pass or not.
I don't know either. Sir Muskie said his chill game is Call of the Wild, the Angler.
Okay, you guys have it on Steam. Okay. Yeah, we were talking about
I think I
Enshrouded
have
earlier
that.
as well. Shiny played it and said it was fun as well.
I really
I'm
love
playing
the
on
build
Xbox.
mechanic.
The Enshrouded build mechanic or the Power build? Enshrouded.
Enshrouded, yeah.
Okay.
It's it has a great look to it. It levels up very quickly, so you can change styles very quickly. So you start off in like a wood shack, or you can go to a stone floor, or then like a tar roof, or then like a flint rock
Ooh.
roof. Like
Nice.
it gets very like medieval feeling very easily. And yeah, I love the pieces that they give you. It's a little complex, but once you figure it out, it becomes really just very delightful to work with. And I feel weird saying delightful, but it feels just rewarding. It's satisfying.
Sure.
You know, like because you can actually put a wall up and then say, you know what, I want a transom across the top. You actually have a remove feature where you pick the size of the block and just remove it out of the wall.
Nice.
I've
Okay.
never seen another game with this kind of a feature. You can do it in floors. Like it's just a very original feature, I feel like. I don't
Sure.
like I said, I haven't seen another game with the same type of removal feature for artistically doing, you know, windows or something.
Sure. Nice.
You go, Shaka?
Almost like The Sims. For
Like,
like,
did Shaka and Peaches answer the what's their go-to for stress violence relief
well,
and then cozy?
the first thing I was going to mention is you played a lot of Disney Dreamlight Valley, so that's what I thought you were going to say about your cozy game, Pesky.
Yeah.
But you caught up on the updates, so you've been waiting for new content to come out for it, so you haven't played it recently.
Well,
but...
not fully caught up. There's just a lot I have
Okay.
to do, but then like
They added multiplayer recently, I heard as well.
they did. They did. And I'm
Finally.
very excited. Very excited. I just don't know if their multiplayer is cross-plat.
Mm.
Oh, that's a good
I have
question.
to check it out because I stopped playing it because I got tired of playing by myself.
That's how a lot of those games are for me too. as far as my answer to those questions, it's tough for me because I have a tough time focusing on one game at a time. I don't know if it's ADHD or what, but like in one like sitting, when I get home, I'll be like, I don't know what to move for. I'm gonna try Fall Guys for a bit, and I'm like, okay, I get bored with that, and I'm like, I'm gonna play Fortnite for a bit, and I'm like, okay, I get bored with that, and I think the nice thing about Fortnite is there's like 4 different games in there, so I'll just kind of hop between them if I get bored with whatever. I've been playing a lot of Rocket Racing, that newer edition they put on Fortnite. It's like a drag racing. It's like Rocket League but drag racing. I've been having a lot of fun with that lately. But I haven't played a racing game in so long. So then now that I have Xbox Game Pass, I went and got like Need for Speed and a couple other racing games that I've been trying. Like getting Xbox Game Pass this month has like been a life changer because I get to just hop around and figure out what I'm feeling that day. Like, so it's tough. I don't really have a set game. I'll say that anything with other people is my preferred because when I'm by myself, I just get bored so quickly, you know. So that's my biggest thing. But I don't know. I mean, Fortnite is a big one for me. Like that's a fun like get your anger out. As far as like cozy games, I haven't found one that I like settled into. Like for a long time, that was like I guess I would have considered Hogwarts Legacy that kind of game for me, just because I have for me I'm very goal oriented. Like I have some trouble with games where I just am wandering around with no like set purpose. Like that I get bored with that for some reason. But when I find a game where it's like it has these checkpoints I have to hit, for some reason that just is more relaxing to me, is having a goal that I'm specifically trying to reach and things like that. So like Hogwarts Legacy was that for me, and now I'm doing High on Life right now, which is kind of like that. It's more of an FPS than I expected, but it's fun. So I don't know, right? I don't have too many cozy games that I get kind of caught up in though.
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
So going back to the Fortnite for
Yeah.
y'all.
Yeah. Yep.
And like the that anger game.
Yeah.
Is it because the people just make you mad, or because like what is it about it? Like, because to me, I feel like the game, like, I think about Killing Floor. Like that's another violent game where you're just like killing all different types of zombies, and it's just gruesome and it's just satisfying. But like I feel like in Fortnite, I just end up being annoyed and frustrated. It's not satisfying my need for physical violence. So like, and I feel like for you, because I've listened to somebody play it and I've listened to somebody else play it, and I've heard you all be like suddenly channeling your inner truck driver, and it's like this doesn't seem satisfying. Like, so what keeps you coming back to it?
Go ahead, Pesky, I can tell you.
For me, playing alone is a lot different. I don't get that angry and vocal usually when I'm playing alone. It's playing with others and like getting a really awesome kill, or watching your partner get a really awesome kill, and it's like getting those victory royales where like, yeah, I beat everyone in this map. But it's also the funny parts of like sometimes me and Peach just play a lot together, and Shaka, and we just kind of venture, we kind of separate, come back. But when we're separated and something bad goes down, that's the funny part, because we're like, oh shit, now I'm panicking because like you're down. Oh shit, you're going down. Oh shit, it's me against whoever's out there. So I think it's getting caught up in the fun and enjoyment of watching your teammates, but also just like getting mad because like that meme I posted in Discord earlier, me playing Fortnite and getting mad, and it's like one little slip, like the majority of it is or like one little sliver was them legitimately being a really good player, and the rest of it was just bullshit.
I loved that. That was hilarious.
Because I'm just like, I mean, you've heard Peaches and I play a lot. I mean, there's been times where we've died because they've had a shitty ass weapon and they shouldn't have died. Like, we shouldn't have died. They should have died because we had like the super power weapon of all things. Like,
it's never because they're better than you.
like
It's
that.
Always some sort of glitch or something like that.
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah,
they cheated.
yeah.
Go ahead,
Go ahead,
Peaches.
Shaka.
No, you Peaches, go.
For me, it's being able to say out loud what I've wanted to say to people all day.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
But I
definitely
can take that
definitely
frustration
part of
out
it,
on
yep.
them, and I think it's because I came into gaming on first-person shooters,
Me too. Yeah.
and the Destiny 2 PvP was what I first learned, and that game is hellacious. Those people are a super sweats. There's tournaments for it. It's like Call of Duty for nerds. But yeah, so coming into Fortnite, I love FPS. So for me, when I get those kills and as I'm getting better, then I'm like, fuck yeah, sit down, be stupid ass. I just go in on them, and it just releases all the frustration from that day that's pent up.
And I think, and what I was going to say, and it kind of goes hand in hand with what you're going to say, is it's also just being better than someone. Like when you take somebody down, you're like, my skills outranked your skills, so I feel like that sense of accomplishment. Like when you get a victory royale and you're number one, that means you beat like all the other teams on the map, and it's that sense of satisfaction that someone else, because when you it's also the part where you play over and over and you're losing and you're getting like 10th and 5th and 22nd and whatever, like you keep getting all these other places, and then when you finally win, you know that there were all these other teams that are, this was the game where they didn't make it. So it's like, that's the worst part of me that I'm admitting this about, but it's that satisfaction of like, I did it, like, and they didn't, you know what I mean? Like it tickles that part
a dopamine
too.
Rush.
Yes. Yeah.
It really is. Yeah.
Yeah. Which is terrible, but
Yeah.
but I think that's the draw as well.
Yeah, I don't win that much in Fortnite.
But I think that's the difference, though, Shiny. Like you don't like FPS.
Yeah.
You'd
Yeah,
rather
it's not
blow
my
shit
style.
up. Yeah.
Yeah.
To answer
you
the
could just take
cozy.
a card at a gas station.
Oh,
Sorry.
true. I love blowing Pesky up when she's like filling up. She does it to me too. We just blow each other up.
I do admit in Fortnite I like getting chaotic too and just fucking shit up just for the meme, just for the content. That it's so easy to do that in that game.
Yeah.
You know, you make a very valid point there. GTA, getting a tank out and just like going up against the police.
Yes.
So satisfying.
See, that's
anyway.
It's a similar vibe to that. But yeah, go ahead, cozy game, Peaches.
Yeah.
I was gonna say too, the chaotic part. We now ventured into tearing down whole civilizations in Fortnite.
I experienced that firsthand. Yep.
Yeah, but my cozy game actually is I'm embarrassed to admit this.
Oh no.
Do it. Just do
I
it.
found out that Microsoft has games, like the App Store,
Oh yeah.
and I found slots on there. And
Oh.
I can just veg out and play slots.
Yeah. See.
Yeah. I love it. I used to do that
It's
all
free.
the time.
I'm not an addict, guys, just so y'all are all aware.
Mm-hmm. I have the games on my phone for that reason. Like Monopoly Go is basically a slot machine. Like you're always playing like the mini game in a slot machine. Like that for me is like, yeah, that's my cozy game. That's a better answer than mine. That's it. That's it. I play that all day, every day.
Yeah.
Now that you say that, I did have a game that I did recently buy that I'm expecting to be my cozy game. And it's actually one that Rad had played. And when I watched him play it, I was like, oh, this is such like a chill game. It's the pet shelter one.
Oh, God.
So you get like animals in and you like some of them are sick and you have to match them to the right adopters. And I was like, oh, I love that. That would just make me feel like, oh, I'm taking care. This animal's going to have such like a nice life now because
Sounds
I
like
took
Pesky's
care
game.
of it.
Pesky's game. Yeah. Did anybody ever play Nintendogs? Do you guys remember that game?
Yes.
That's I played that. Yep. That's you basically get a puppy that you have to take care of. Essentially, that's the whole game.
That was the first game I got on my DS when I got a DS for Christmas.
Yep.
And I knew that my mom had gotten me one, but she was trying to surprise me. And I woke up at like 1 o'clock in the morning and I barely peeled the tape off of one side of the bags and took the DS out and played that shit for like 3 hours and then put it all up and taped the bag back. And Christmas morning, I was like, oh my God, thank you. Why is it all set up?
Oh, geez, why is the battery nearly empty?
That's so awesome. That's awesome. That's fantastic.
She still to this day doesn't know. I'm gonna have to tell her.
Yeah,
Oh, you should.
Mom,
Oh, wait, hold on a
Christmas?
second. I'm going to ask my daughter if she remembers her first game.
Yeah. There you go. No, that's yeah. I don't know.
Oh god.
All my Nintendogs are probably dead now.
Oh yeah, they're
It's
skeletons.
oh, that's what I was gonna say. It's like
Okay.
a more modern Tamagotchi was basically what Nintendogs
Funny,
was,
she
right?
just said Nintendogs and Super Mario.
Yep. Us
Yep.
Nintendo kids. That's yep. My other one was Super Smash. Was like the first game I got really hard into. I think was Super Smash.
There's also a brain game that was fun.
Oh,
Brain
brain games. Yeah.
She said there's brain games.
Yep.
Yep, they're all nodding.
Yeah.
Yep.
They had like Sudoku on there you could do and shit like that. Like they had these little fun little teasers to wake your brain up and all that. Yeah, it was almost like Wii Fit for your brain, basically.
Wasn't there one like a Paperboy one, or like there was like a little boy who was like going around doing, or
Hmm.
maybe that was Harley's.
Paperboy. You remember Paperboy?
I think of like not a DS.
Yeah,
Peaches-
I remember
Peaches, you know that
Paperboy, but
one?
I remember Paperboy from the
Yeah.
arcade.
That's the original Paperboy that was on
Well,
like
maybe
the
it was
Nintendo.
Game Boy.
Not Game Boy. Nintendo.
Oh,
What was
Advance, the Game Boy Advance.
The one. The
No.
one where you had to stick the cartridge in it.
Oh,
Oh,
the
yeah,
NES,
Nintendo
the
Game Boy.
entertainment system. Yeah.
Yeah. That and Duck Hunt. Both of those games.
Yep,
were out
Duck
at the
Hunt,
same
yep.
time.
Yep. My
See, I started off with Atari, so I had Frogger, Centipede, Space Invaders, Tanks, Pong, and all the rest.
Yeah, we had Atari too.
Joust. I loved Joust.
3 days straight? Holy crap.
We
Yeah.
had Sega.
oh Sega.
Pac-Man, Miss Pac-Man.
Galaga is probably and will always be my favorite arcade game.
Pesky and my dad are both obsessed with Galaga. Yeah, it's competitive
I have
actually.
a little mini arcade game thing downstairs. It looks shaped like a little arcade, like box. You see it.
It's like a mini
There you
arcade
go.
machine, basically.
Yeah, and it's just straight up Galaga. Play it whenever I want.
Yep.
It's fantastic. I love it.
Nice.
That's
I
my
love that.
That's my favorite thing about the Switch Online stuff is that they started adding all the classic games to it included with online.
Mm-hmm.
And there's some like I play like Tecmo Bowl. I play that all the time with my dad.
Oh,
It's basically Madden before Madden, like with the pixeled characters and shit. Like, oh my god, I love that game.
Mhm.
And then you get intercepted for no reason and you just rage. Yeah, we used to play that a lot. My dad would stream it back when he was streaming actually, but yeah, it's a fun one. That's a fun one.
You know what's funny? You know, like how there's like certain theme songs that you remember from certain games, like more than others. Like everybody knows,
Yeah.
like the Mario, especially like the certain do 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 do. Like
Yeah.
like there's
Yeah.
like little intonations. Like the one I remember the most, going as far back as I can, is Pitfall, where he does his little
Oh.
Tarzan across the alligators.
I think I know what you're talking about.
and
Yeah.
because he does like the Tarzan yell, but it's put to music sort of, and so it's like you hear it musically before you don't actually hear him do it. But then Cubert, like the sound of him popping on the squares, like they're just certain noises and sounds that you remembered so clearly. And then in terms of like main games today, I think the one that has left the biggest impression on me, it was the Destiny 2. Like there's something about the music. It's got such a vibe to it.
Yeah,
Like
does.
that background ambiance. Like
Mhm.
I don't
That's
know if it's
Halo
still
for
the
me.
same. Yeah.
Halo had that kind of ambiance music, like in the loading screen, that you just hear it and you know what it is, and that's nostalgia for me because that was my first person shooter that really got me into like that kind of gaming. So yeah, I feel that.
How about you, Pesky Peaches? What
If I had to go
any soundtracks that
back-
just kind of like stuck with you, like sound wise, or
While Pesky thinks about it, it's funny that y'all are talking about this because my nephew just asked me the other day when I think of like an iconic game sound, what first comes to mind. And I
Mhm.
told him for me it's the Zelda when he opens the chest
Oh yes.
or whatever. Yeah. I think that's one I'll never forget.
Oh, or whatever that. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah. Yep. I know what you're talking about. That's a good one.
Oh man. Mm.
I just played the poo poo fart GameCube sound.
GameCube.
So that GameCube intro though was another one for me.
Oh, Oh, I
Yeah.
love GameCube. I
Yeah,
have
that was my
GameCube
first-
here.
That was my first real console, I think, was GameCube.
Me
Did I
too.
tell you? My daughter just bought me new controllers for it so I can fire it up.
Yes.
If I could figure out how to
Aw.
stream
No
You can,
way.
GameCube,
I think they make
I love that.
capture
Adapters,
cards.
huh?
Yeah, adapters or that can go into a capture card or whatever. Like you can do that. Because I actually bought. So Pesky got me a 64 a while back, with a few games for it, like a Nintendo 64. And I found on Amazon a converter from the 64 to an HDMI and tested it out, and I can actually game capture it, so I can play some 64 games on stream if I wanted to. I just haven't done it yet.
I may need to consult with you on this apparatus.
Yeah. I can do some research and figure out what you need. Because it's that retro gaming has a big following. Because that's all my dad would do is that kind of games on when he was on Twitch. That was his kind of like niche, and there's a big following for that kind of stuff.
The scariest game I ever played was on GameCube. It was called I think it was like Sanity's Requiem, and
That sounds familiar.
as you lost sanity in the game, like weird shit would start to happen. Like the game
okay.
would totally fuck with you. Like either like you would get smaller or bigger, or like you'd run through a door and you'd run into the same room you just ran out of, and you're like, "What is happening?"
Sounds like the
And then
back
you
rooms
try
or
to
some
go
shit.
back out. Oh my god, it messed with you psychologically so hard. It was just so freaky. And then like I remember the one time I played it at night, and like in my dark basement, I was literally just so trippy, just so trippy. I was like, I don't want to play this game anymore, and I never finished it. But now that we can resurrect these games, and the system still works.
Heck yeah.
Oh yeah, the
I
nostalgia, man.
think we need to find a way to stream it for sure.
Oh yeah. Big following for that kind of stuff.
I actually forgot. Y'all just sparked a core memory in me.
Yes, I love that.
My first game that I ever actually played, I was little. I had like 7. And this is one that I played on my own, not like my mom's 64 or whatever. But my sister had a game called Hexen 2. And it was back when games were on like CD-ROM.
Yep.
And I would, if I could find this game today, y'all, there's no price that I wouldn't pay just for the nostalgia of it. Because it was scary, but it was like Egyptian. There were scarabs, and you're like fighting demon things. I don't even remember all of it, but I can remember what it looks like in my head. But anyway, yeah, that just nostalgic core memory moment.
You're unlocking one for me too, as you say that.
And you have no idea what it was called or anything?
Yeah, it was called Hexen 2.
Oh, Hexen 2.
It's worse when you have that memory and you don't remember what it was called, and like you don't even know if it really existed. That happens to me with old kids' TV shows sometimes. Like I'll remember this vague TV show I watched when I was like probably really, really young, and I can't find any proof of it on the internet, and I think I'm losing my mind.
Yeah.
It was giving me like scary Minecraft vibes mixed with Valheim.
Yeah, it is. I mean, to give you a time frame, this is back when it was like the old school box monitor.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you couldn't really do anything but like paint and Word.
Yeah. Minesweeper.
Yeah. What?
I will buy this and play it for you stream it for you because it's on Steam for $5.
What?
Shut up, Pesky. Are you
What?
serious?
It's on Steam for Hexen 2 on Steam for
Well,
$4.99.
it's probably not that laboring. She can probably play it herself.
That'd be true,
What?
yeah.
That's
Yeah,
so
$4.99
awesome.
right now.
That's great.
On Steam.
Oh my god, let me go on Steam and buy it before they take it off of there or something stupid.
Right?
That's awesome.
No
I love
way.
that. I love that.
Do it.
See, you never
going to
know.
see
You
it
got
right
don't
now.
know if you don't look. Just unlock the memory and then got you the game with it like that. Yay, technology.
What was your core memory, Shaka?
I don't even remember the name of this game, but I remember I never had a like gaming computer growing up. I had the GameCube, that was it basically, and then I got an Xbox when I was like, I don't even know how old I was, and I played that. That's when I got into Halo. But anyway, before even the GameCube or even around the GameCube time, I remember being at a friend's house and he had a gaming computer and we played this game, and I have no idea what it is, But I'm just like, it's another one of those. It's like you were saying, where it's like a core memory unlocked. I forgot this game even existed until just now. It was some sort of like, it's got like a horror game vibes where you're like trying to solve this murder or something. I just remember this one scene where like it's all of a sudden in slow motion. It's like, and like that for some reason that scene is like embedded in my memory, and we used to joke about it as kids all the time. And I completely forgot about it until just now, as you were saying it. I'm gonna have to go look it up and see if I can figure out what it was. But that's for some reason that just popped into my head as you were talking about yours.
Yeah, but
Speaking
some
of
of those-
computer games,
Yeah,
like,
but some
and
of
just
those
like,
like early ones were just really devastating psychologically
That's-
pesky. Like,
yeah.
like because like I remember some of them were like you'd have like a screen like the whole thing like picture like the size of what you see of me,
Mhm.
and then you'd have like a flashlight or a candle or
Yeah.
a torch, and you'd see this much, and you had no idea what direction to go in, and you would just like run. It was so stressful, so freaking
Yeah.
stressful.
No, thank you. Those type of games stress me out even to this day.
Oh my god, there's 4 games to this series or whatever. I didn't know
Oh.
that. There was also a game that we played that we probably shouldn't have been playing in oh god, I don't know if it was middle school or elementary, but I can never remember. Me and my classmates talked about it years ago when we finally figured out the name, but I've forgotten since it. All I can remember is you're running around inside a school and you have like a flashlight and you're looking for something or some items. I don't know, but
Lunch lady.
it definitely was a lunch lady.
This is fun. I like going down memory lane.
I think I figured
Me
out what my
too.
game was.
Oh,
What?
shit.
In
I think
television?
it was Myst. MYST. I looked up Myst PC game, and looking at the trailer, I think that might have been it. It looks familiar, so I'll have to look more into that. But anyway,
The
Does
question
anyone
is,
remember Elf Bowling on the computer?
I never played it, but I've
No.
heard of it.
Elf bowling?
Yeah. You basically, my brother and I were obsessed with this game growing up, and I think that's kind of like a core. Like, if I heard that sound, I would know exactly what you're
The Elf
playing.
Bowling sound.
Yeah. But like you're bowling, and it's kind of not great for kids to play because you're bowling. But as the pins are elves. So as you're bowling and you hit the pins, these elves get like bloody and just like kind of go everywhere.
oh Jesus.
Oh my god! Sorry, I pulled up a video of the.
It was
I never
fantastic.
played
I
that.
loved it.
But
I
I've heard
loved it
people
growing
talk
up.
about the nostalgia with that.
Yeah,
It's
it's a good
so
game.
funny.
Oh, that link didn't work. Hold on.
Oh, I see what you're trying to do. Yeah.
It pulled it weird. Ignore that one. There you go.
Wait,
Just
stream it
delete
in the
it.
Discord. Let's see it. Show us.
Oh, okay, I can
show
do
us,
that.
show us, show us,
Yeah.
show us, show us.
All right, hold on. Let me
Show
move
us.
let me move some things
us,
around.
Show us. Do it. Do it. Do it.
And then if I go like this, and then if
I'm
I
ready
go
for
like
it.
this,
I'm ready for it.
Let me see. Watch stream. Let's see. Let's see.
well, let me make sure the sound is not pulling here.
Do I have time to get cookies?
Your,
I'm ready.
Salad cookies.
Yeah. No, these are actually very much
I'm
not
gonna put this
salad
back
cookies.
over here.
These are real
We're gonna do
cookie
it like
cookies.
this, and then like this.
Oh,
There we
I
go.
want a real
Do
cookie
that.
cookie.
Me too.
Oh my god, what have I done?
Why does it look like your
messed up.
shit's in
Okay, I'm ready now.
Chinese?
Yeah.
This is
That's-
the most interesting game I've ever seen.
This isn't the game. Just trust me. I'm just gonna play it.
Remember
I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna play it.
Let's
Talking
see.
like these bitches
Wait,
don't
let me
shut up.
make sure my audience can hear it. I don't want to like be playing something they can't hear. Okay.
Like seriously, why is your stuff in Chinese?
It's because he's opening it from like a emulator.
How do you know it's the right game? How do you
Oh,
know the
gosh.
virus? Elf bowling rules. Trouble brews in the Arctic North. The recent explosion online.
Hold on, I'll skip ahead a
no.
little bit. I'll skip ahead. There we go. Okay.
Are you serious?
Yeah, if you hit the
This is it.
Oh
my-
god, I got bloody noses.
yeah.
They have little like torture helmets.
Yes.
Is that all the balls you've got, Santa?
Oh my god.
What is that? A tooth?
Probably. And if you hit like the Animals Crossing, like you got more points.
Oh,
This is chaotic.
God.
Yeah.
I understand you a little more now, Pesky. Anyway. Go wait.
That's funny.
Ball.
Anyway.
Yeah, that was the gist of my childhood.
That's hilarious.
Some of it anyway. Quiet, it was so much fun.
Yeah, I never ever played that one. I played the like pinball game that used to be on PCs. If anybody ever did that one. It was like comment. I can't remember what it was called. Can't remember what it was called now. There we go. Microsoft 3D Pinball. Space Cadet. That's what it was called.
don't
I played that all the time. Really?
Yeah, I don't think
Oh my god, that was my elf bowling. I played that all the time. It like
I
came
like
preloaded
Donkey
on
Kong,
games,
too.
I think. Get Donkey Kong, is that what you said?
Yeah. Donkey Kong on Nintendo 64, and I remember very vividly playing a lot of South Park, like, I don't know what exactly it was called, but it was like you were on a game show, and there was the Christmas poop, and you were just trying to answer all these questions, which were probably not really appropriate for, like, kids to be answering. But yeah, I remember that from playing that a lot, too. But yeah, this is a great cup, Koi. I love it. Sticker bomb everything, honestly. I have so many stickers as well. I ordered a bunch of stickers for Pride this year, and I have a bunch left over.
I'm looking up
So
that
I
game,
would
but I
say-
don't know which one it would be. None of them are called like Game Show. It might be the original one. The original one came out in 98 or 99. I don't know.
Which one?
The South Park one she was talking about.
Oh,
I don't
Yeah, that-
remember.
that game I was telling y'all about, Hexen 2, came out in 1987.
Damn.
Wow.
Nice.
87.
Wait,
Oh,
1997. My bad.
Okay, I was gonna say that sounds.
Really?
I was like, that's
Nice.
before PCs. Isn't it?
My bad. I was typing something.
You're good. Wow, we got a lot of leverage out of that video game talk.
Dude,
We really did.
we're nerds.
We like gaming.
Yeah.
Nerds.
Who would have thought? That's
Nerds.
Who would've thought?
I love it. I love our little
Nerds.
nerdy.
why we're
group.
all here, right?
Yeah,
Tune in
besides,
for our nerds only.
yeah,
Nerds
besides,
only.
we don't always have to talk about the same scripted stuff. I mean, it's nice to go off script every once in a while.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
And-
keeps it entertaining.
And like you said, Shaka, this is kind of our way of like making sure we reconnect with each other as friends, right? Because it's not like we can just go hang out on a Saturday night unless we're in Discord or a community server or something. But like it's not like we're back in Vegas where we can just hang out by the pool and do shots or
yeah.
go
Yeah,
see
but
naked ladies
naked.
on the boardwalk or go to the Taco Bell disco. or
Whoa,
whatever.
Yeah,
whoa.
exactly.
Whoa. No,
Oh,
it's
man.
time to set aside to make sure we can reconnect. That's what Shiny and I were saying before we went live. Yeah. Yep.
Before we got really interrupted by Peaches talking about nakedness.
Trying to
She brought up
seduce
the
my
nakedness, too.
daughter. I mean, come on now.
I mean, can you blame me?
Is that a
No, I
wild shippy to
cannot.
rippy?
Ship it to rip.
It's mine, guys. I bought it.
Yes.
What did you buy?
She
That-
bought Hexen
Tekken?
2!
Hexen?
Actually,
Hexen.
I got the Hexen package with all 4 games of the series for $10
Oh,
instead
Oh
shit.
You're
shit!
such a
$5 a
gamer nerd.
piece.
That sounds like
That's
stream
a
content.
steal.
Hell
High
yeah!
five, Chip.
I was gonna call you gamer slut, but that seemed very derogatory.
Yeah,
so.
call me a gamer slut. Now
no.
this makes me want to definitely go get my PC fixed.
Do it!
Please, oh my god!
If this is the
please
push
go
you
get it
needed, then
fixed.
I'm glad for it.
Yeah,
I'm
this is
glad
what
I
it was.
googled it.
Me too. Thank you, Pesky.
See, look at that. Went off
Chip
script
said
and
Anything
good
else?
things
handheld
happen.
gamers. You can
Wait,
call
we
me
need to
a
find
gamer
Pesky Shaka. We need to find more games for her on PC from her childhood that'll make her want to really get it fixed.
Get a nicer
What
one,
else?
yeah.
Yeah.
What else you got, Peaches? What else from your childhood would make you just be like, "Ooh, this again, yeah"? On PC.
This was it.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't really play any. That was the only game my sister had gotten it. But my mom had a Wii, a Nintendo 64. I had a GameCube. What I would do to have my GameCube and 64 back. And
Dude,
I've Googled those with the prices of them now.
Oh,
my
yeah.
God.
Well, games for the 64 are ridiculous. That's why I don't have very many. They're the same price as a new game today. It's ridiculous.
Yeah,
wow.
don't fuck around and want a Mario game.
Yeah.
Oh God, no.
I do not have Super Smash on the 64 because it is $70.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's because they're limited
my
quantity. They're
God.
considered like rare now or whatever. That's why.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of
Well,
that, did
the
you
other
know
thing-
you weren't supposed to blow into those? You know how you're supposed to blow into those to like
Yeah.
get them to play? I've heard recently that actually gets it wet in there and just makes it so you have to do it more often. And you weren't supposed to do that.
Hey, listen,
Well-
thank you, Nintendo, because. Anyway. I might have lost
That's-
some games, but I learned some other skills.
Woo!
Hold on, I'm clipping
How
that.
to
I'm
blow
clipping
an
that.
opening?
I'm clipping that.
Look on Etsy because that's how I found Shaka 64 was on Etsy.
Yes,
ironically.
Etsy has all that classic stuff. Yeah.
How to blow very gently on a delicate opening.
Yeah.
And it's okay when that got wet inside. Anyway.
All right.
I was just talking about lung capacity for deep sea diving, guys.
Yeah, me too.
Right. Yes, weren't we all?
Yeah,
What
deep
else?
sea diving.
Yeah. I mean, you have the little tube.
Exactly, Ship. That's exactly what I was
Jesus.
reading about.
I'm gonna stop because I'm about to go down a very dark path.
Video games and adult topics. Is there anything else to talk about? I think that
No.
No,
No,
that covers it. Like,
aside from food, but
oh, food. That's true.
oh yeah, that's the trifecta of.
Yeah, food,
Adult
food,
food.
sex, and video games. That's
hell yeah,
that's it in a
that's
nutshell.
the 3 staples.
That's all we need, and that's all I need.
Oh god.
Oh
That
shit.
reminds me of my grandma. Y'all, my grandma was hilarious. She was always very meek and well mannered, and she never said anything like out of rounds. But there was 2 times my grandma told me, "Don't let your man leave the house hungry or horny," and "Don't let your man leave marks below your knees or above your neck." So your mama don't see him.
We know how Peaches got here.
Yeah. Yeah. But when Shaka said that, it reminded me of her saying, "Don't let your man leave the house hungry or horny." I was like, oh God. In her much older
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
years, she got much more candid.
that's a
Apparently.
common thing, I think.
Yeah.
That was her advice on getting old as well.
I never.
Yeah. And all a man needs is sex, food, and silence.
Oh Jesus.
Above the knees, below the neck. Noted.
Yep. Anyway. Do we have anything else?
I'm assuming nobody has anything to try today. I know that I don't.
No, I
I
don't.
already
know.
ate my
That's the
peanut
one
butter.
thing. we didn't really touch on. Everything else we pretty much kind of covered. Any hands up today? Maybe we want to go over. Is there any? I want to start one off by saying Shiny and her brokenness. Let's hope she gets healed
Her
soon.
brokenness.
Hands up.
One winged.
2 weeks. 2 weeks. If I'm good, if I behave myself, 2 weeks. This will come off.
So
We're
more
already
than
at the
2
1
weeks
week
then,
mark.
probably.
Crazy.
Yay!
Then
Then I go
Shopee is
into
motivation
to
to
a,
not use your
a brace, and then PT and OT.
Got it.
Yeah, we're
Nice.
not using our cast as a coat hanger anymore. We've learned that.
Yep. We're
So it was
not
a very
lifting
painful
furniture.
lesson.
We're not putting up new shades because it gets cold in
No.
one spot. We're not gonna do that.
I did
We're
learn.
not gonna do that.
Listen. This was a very valuable learning lesson. I have way more sympathy now going forward for anybody who says I broke my blank
Yeah.
body part, right? Because I like, so for those who don't, this is shattered. This was not just like a little spiral fracture. This wasn't just a little oopsies. This was like a full on, all the bones in here shattered. We had to put things together, pins, plates, and a
Jesus.
bone graft. There is absolutely no strength in this part of my arm at all. So when I held that little sweater, like literally I thought things were disconnecting. It hurt more
God.
than I think anything I was
Ooh.
prepared to handle in that moment. So I am going to be a good little girl. I'm going to sit on the couch and I'm going to be a princess and I'm not going to do a fucking thing.
Good.
That's what I like
That-
to hear.
That's why Mini Shiny's there, right?
Yes. Yes. That's why we have mini shiny.
No.
Baby shiny. Baby shiny.
You shiny.
Honey.
She's so damn cute too. I just can't handle
Don't
it.
rub it in my face.
Not for you. Anyway.
I don't have any hands up.
No,
I-
I mean maybe I think just Caitlin still. I was
Yeah.
talking
Oh,
to
yeah.
the stream last night and they have her and her little one have a follow up in like 2 weeks just to make sure everything's still going good and do her med checks. So hands up, fingers
Goodness.
crossed that everything still goes smoothly up until then and through that point. But
Yep. Speak it into existence. Everything is going to be A-okay.
Yep.
hell yeah.
Yep. I think so. Let's see. Do I know of anybody for hands up?
If anybody in chat has any as well, I just typed it in mine, but just for Pesky's too. If anybody has any
Yeah.
that they want us to, don't have to give us specifics. Just if you have somebody who needs good thoughts, we can do that.
You know what?
Well wishes.
I'm gonna do a hands up for my sister. And the reason I'm gonna choose my sister is, I mean, she's not struggling or suffering anymore, like most like tangibly.
Mhm.
However, I think in terms of her mental health, she is struggling a little bit. They're doing a lot of layoffs at her company, and she's just very stressed out, worrying about, am I going to be next? And she's seen whole ass departments get cleaved, and that can be really stressful watching that go on around you, and then feeling like you have to step up your game over and over and over again just to retain and feel like you're providing value, and that hopefully the company sees that. And I don't know, I just feel like I'm watching her work her life away for a job that's just going to discard her. And I'm like, get your resume together. Just come down here, live with me. I'll house you, shelter you, and we'll figure it out. We'll find something down here for you to do. So hands up. I feel like mental health shouldn't be ignored as a struggle either.
Agreed.
Mm-mm.
My hands
Agreed.
are up.
Thank you.
Well,
Is it about that time?
I think it's about that time.
It's about
Yeah.
that time.
I was gonna do it. I was thinking it. I was thinking it.
I heard it in your tone.
I
It's about that time.
Who's live right now?
was just
That'd
looking
be
at the same
good.
thing. I don't see anyone. Iceberg. We could do Iceberg.
Oh yeah. Let's do Pittsburgh.
Iceberg double raid.
Yeah, show him some love. He's playing some DBDs.
DBD.
Dibbity?
I think you guys like that
DBD.
game. I'm not sure, but
I love that game. It's a nice game. Sean is live.
Oh,
What about
Pesky's
Sean
live.
is live.
He posted Pesky's in live in mine.
Not for
Yep.
much longer.
Ship, you're trolling.
You goofy.
All right. Do we need to warm up? Oh wait, I'm going to tell one dad joke. I looked up a video. I used my
Ooh, do it.
that AI thing we've been talking about, that Copilot. There we go. And I asked it for a video game related dad joke. And it said,
Okay.
let's see. Why did the gamer play so many video games after his breakup?
Because he was solo.
Oh, that's good. No, that's not it.
Why?
He needed to console himself. Console himself.
Oh my
I've been there.
god. Oh god.
There you go. Okay, I just had to get one in there. We can't have an episode without a bad joke.
Yep, that's
love
very,
that.
very true.
All right. Who wants to start it off?
I'll do it. Y'all ready?
Yep.
Ready.
On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
Have fun storming the castle! God, we nailed it. We nailed it again,
God.
guys. Nailed it again. Have a good night, everybody.